It's true, Henry VII wasn't a real member of the monarchy. It was one of those stitch-ups which have been highlighted since. Our Queen really shouldn't be our Queen. It should be somebody who actually lives in Australia, a lord of the realm who lives in Australia, because of the lineage of the twins is wrong. It was a French archer who sired them rather than a member of the monarchy. Right. Henry VII of England wasn't out of the royal top drawer. The only connection of which he could boast was King's nephew's brother-in-law. It was after the Wars of the Roses that he came to the front, as it were, and on strength of having killed Richard III, he put himself up as his heir. It was a bit of a blow to the barons, and then aspired to throne, and some who'd been nursing imperial hopes started pushing out claims of their own. They didn't get far with their scheming, for as soon as the matter was pressed, a stroke of the pen sent them off to the Tower, where a stroke of the axe did the rest. A fella they call Perkin Warbeck was the one that led Henry a dance. To make sure nought awkward should happen to him, he worked in from an office in France. He claimed to be one of the princes who had been smothered to death in the Tower. His tale was that only his brother had died and he had escaped the sea's hour. Henry knew the appeal of the princes was a strong one for Perkin to make, so he thought he'd best have a chat with the lad and find out the least it would take. In reply to his kind invitation, Perkin said he'd be happy to call, but he'd bring his own escort of 10,000 men and 100 pipers and all. This reply put the king in a passion. He swore that he'd stop Perkin's fun. Then he offered a fortune per annum to him who could tell him how this could be done. Then up spoke the bold Lambert Simnel, the king's private scullion you were. He said, "Word in thy ear, old king, I've a plan that'll stop all this here." He took the king up in a corner where no one could hear what they said. He hadn't got far when King started to laugh till he had to be bled. It was a plan to anticipate Perkin by getting in first with these tales, start another rebellion before he arrived, and take the wind right out of his sails. So Lambert Simnel's rebellion made its faithful Newfoundland debut in the north. Experts disagree how he made out to be John II or Richard IV. It was surprising how many believed him. They flocked to his flag like one man, for in them days folk would do out for a change, and their motto was Sans Hairy Ann. It was quite a success, his rebellion, till were routed by Henry at Stoke, and Lambert was taken and made to confess that his parents was working class folk. The public forgave his deception. The thing that made them proper mad was the twopenny increase on everyone's rate to pay for the fun that they'd had. So when Perkin Warbeck came over, expecting his praise to be sung, he was greeted, defeated, and cheated, and unseated, and maltreated, and finally hung. The baron went back to his castle, the peasant went back to his herd. Lambert Simnel went back to his scullion's job, because Henry went back on his word.